Can you hear my mic all right? Hey, how's it going? Can you hear my mic all right? Yeah, that's the tree I was working on yesterday. I'm thinking about changing it up just a little bit because I didn't like how the bottom was really skinny and then up, or both the top part was skinny and the bottom part was kind of skinny. So I'm just reworking it for a bit. And I'm going to be adding some more tree branches to it and stuff like that. I need to get some planes in there for the leaves because it looks kind of weird without it. All right. I wonder if there's any more people that are going to join because I only know, I think 6 people are following, so they're the only ones that get the emails. So I'm hoping that more people create Twitch accounts and start following so they can get updates because I don't know how I can, like, I can post updates on YouTube and stuff, but most people don't see those in my feed. Because I know for the Google Plus Hangouts, it posts like the live feed link straight to YouTube, so it's easy for people to start following. I wish Twitch had like a feature that's something like that that can post like live feed for Twitch on YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure a few more people will probably get it. I don't know what everybody's um, time zones are, so I don't know if people are at work or what they're doing. So I don't know how many people actually check out the stream. 10 p.m. Well, here in Minnesota, it's almost 4 p.m. right now. because I think a lot of my viewers aren't from the States, so it's a little bit different. And since my Twitch feed isn't put into a game category, it's harder for other people to find my channel and stuff, so I am not sure about all that. I don't think I'm going to do that. At least when I'm done with this video, I can just post it straight to YouTube, and Twitch just sends it right over. So if people miss the stream, they can still watch it, but I'd still like to have more people participating. Dig into what you mean, like live streaming all the time, or? Well, pretty much it's just you stream this, and there's like an add-on for Twitch, or like a little button, and after you're done streaming, you can take your pre-recorded videos and it'll automatically upload it to YouTube, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it's a good way for people to notice my channel too, because if I post a lot of videos of the live streams to YouTube, I'll be able to get more of my viewers to figure out like what times I'm live streaming at, so they can go check it out. I'll just have to find a time that works for a lot of people, because usually in the mornings I have a lot of time to do a lot of that stuff, or in the evenings. I think I'm going to edit this tree a little bit more. It's kind of hard for me to run up this, because what happens is they can run up this little root here and go up into the tree and stuff. They could also run up this direction to get up into the tree. I wanted it previously to be so they could run around and get to like way up here and hide out. Maybe I could create a teleporter inside of the tree so people can camp up here. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to watch them or not. If there was a lot more people like talking or typing like how you are on the live stream, it would be a lot more interesting, but it really depends on what's going on. Because I think people still enjoy watching pre-recorded live streams because they can just watch what I did for the game and such. Because with my tutorials and all that, they don't get to see me actually working on the game how I am now, and they can see how an entire game is made pretty much, like what I do for modeling and programming and all that stuff. I think some people might find it a little more interesting. Because I mean, it really depends on what kind of mood I am. Some days I don't want to 3D model at all, and some days I just want to like program or get some artwork done for the game, so I just kind of set up some stuff. Yeah, at least you're here. Yesterday was kind of boring because no one showed up. So I just put on some music and just modeled and did all that stuff. But for the Google Hangout live stream, there was a lot of people talking and asking questions and stuff. But yeah, I don't expect too many people to know about the live stream channel yet. I only have like 6 people who are following right now. Might be more now. I have no idea. Let's make this a lot higher. I don't remember how high the tree went up in here. Oh, it goes pretty high. Yeah. Yeah, because if I had a lot more followers and stuff, yeah, I'd have a lot more people viewing, but maybe I'll start posting YouTube videos right before I start live streaming. I know that's what Unity3d does most of the time. He just posts a video like I'm going on live stream just so people can see the video and then jump right onto the live stream because people don't know when to check if they're not following. So maybe I'll just make short little videos saying that I'm about to go live and they should jump on Twitch. Yeah, because I posted like 2 videos of streams and stuff, but one was Google Hangouts and the other one was, yeah, here on Twitch. Because I thought XSplit would be good for streaming, but it sucks really badly. And the problem with Google Hangouts is that I think you can only use XSplit with Google Hangouts, so, and I don't want to pay the $15 that you have to pay every 3 months. So I just went with this software, Open Broadcaster software, and it works just as good as XSplit, if not better. I think it works a little bit better. I like the layout and stuff. You can add different stuff here. You can have scrolling text and all that. So it's a lot nicer, I think. Yeah, it's free and it's better than XSplit, I think. And it does everything that XSplit does. So I don't see why people are buying XSplit when they can get open broadcast software for free. Like, people think that that's the only software out there, but people don't research and see what actual other software there is. I think with Google Hangouts, XSplit's the only one you can use, but with Twitch, there's multiple different software you can integrate into it. So this works really well. And the previous software I was using for XSplit, when I was trying to stream games and stuff, I couldn't stream anything. Like, it was so laggy and it didn't work right. But this software, I haven't had an issue. I think there's a couple lag spikes, but yeah. And the video quality is excellent. It's pretty awesome. It's like super high quality, and with XSplit, the free version of XSplit, you can't have high quality like this. You have to pay for it, and there's no reason to use it for free because it's so horrible that no one can make out what the video is about. But this is like, if not better quality than what I use for recording, like my YouTube videos and stuff. So, but yeah, onto that tree. See how it's kind of fat at the bottom and then it just narrows down and gets really skinny? I think it looks kind of weird. It's probably because I don't have any tree branches on it either, like how I'm adding right now, or leaves. Since it's going to be a abandoned facility in the middle of the jungle, it needs to have, like, all the stuff needs to have like hanging vines and covered in moss and different stuff like that. But I'm gonna make the metal like shiny but really dirty and stuff, so it'll look neat once I start getting it textured. Yeah, I can't see you nodding. But yeah, I still have to decide. Um, let's turn off this lighting real quick. What I want to add out in this area, because I build the mountains around, and now I have to figure out what I'm going to place out here. Maybe I could make a little like swamp area, so maybe there could be water in a couple of these places, like water plains, and then put some buildings over there. Something. I'm guessing most of the time these teleporters are going to help with getting across the map because it'll take too long to run all the way over there, depending on where the player spawns at. So I should make another main building. Maybe I'll make like a bigger facility over here that they can run through, and then they can come outside to this area over here or something. I might even make this place a little bit smaller, but it's already pretty small. For pillars, yeah. I'm thinking of making. I'm gonna have boxes around here, like metal boxes stacked, so it'll block a lot of the open areas. Because for most of my levels, I don't like having too many open areas where they can see. I want them to be running through a lot of buildings and have a lot of obstacles blocking the way. So it's like more close combat, I would say. Especially when I get grenades and stuff in here. If you're in a confined little area, it's going to kill a lot of people, depending on where people are at. Oh yeah, you did mention Crash Spaceship. That would actually be pretty cool. I just don't know what I would do with the interior. Like, I can. Yeah, I guess so. It would be neat though having a crash spaceship, the crash spaceship, and then have a bunch of trees knocked over and stuff that people can jump over and on, and maybe they can run into the tree and go into the spaceship too and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I know. Well, it wouldn't be much of a spaceship if it didn't have some kind of interior, but I don't think I'm too good at. Like, I need some good reference art to add a spaceship. Um, it almost started making me think of Star Wars when Luke got his plane or whatever his spaceship stuck in the swamp. It might even be cool to put it like somewhere over here or something. Just have it crashed, have people that can run inside of it, and have a couple of different openings and stuff in the spaceship. X-wing, yes. See, I've seen Star Wars so many times, but I just don't memorize this stuff. Like, my memory is horrible. I can't remember anything. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go back to finishing this tree real quick. Well, I want the map to have some open areas, but I still want it to be. It's like a medium-sized map, I would say. So it's not like a gigantic map where you have to run like super far in order to find anyone. I want once you jump in within like 15 seconds to run into someone. so it's quick fights and then kind of quick respawn. I just want people to get right back into gameplay, pretty much. And I need to find a code for double-sided planes for this, because I'm sick of let's see. Because I've had a double-sided plane shader before, but I need a, what is it? I have to go check it real quick. We'll just click on a random object. Transparent, cutout, diffuse, and then it needs to be double-sided. I need to find one like that. That way, when I create the foliage, just because a plane is just one side, you can only see it from one side, but with a specific shader, you can see it on the back side too. So you don't have to duplicate this shader and mirror it so the player can see on both sides, and it saves a lot of like polys and stuff, lower poly models, and you still get that cool effect with trees. So I'm going to have to go figure that out because I'm not good with shader programming. I haven't learned shader programming yet. I know, I think, what channel was it? Unity3d, they put out a bunch of shader tutorials like yesterday. I think there was like 20 or 30 of them that they put on their channel. So I might have to check those out. Because I know the basics of shaders, but not so much about them. Same with networking. I still have to work on the networking still. I want to get the multiplayer working, so... But this morning I was checking out Photon, and that's the server that, or server software that most people use for MMO RPGs for Unity and stuff, and it works on pretty much any platform. So if you're developing mobile games and stuff, if you're trying to use it with Flash or Unity or anything like that. So Photon server is definitely what I'm gonna probably be using for this game. Because the free version, it supports up to 100 players and you don't even have to pay anything. And then if you want to go over the 100 players, for an indie license, it's $500. Or wait, $100 for indie. And what else? And then unlimited is like 3,500 for anyone. Which that would probably be for an MMO, so it would probably make that money anyways. And then you'd never have to worry about servers too much. You wouldn't have to host your own servers. You'd just pay the one-time fee and then you're good. Oh, you found the double-sided plane? Oh, this one asks for a two-sided plane. No, that's not what I was looking for. It needs to be like a custom shader, because even if you do find the code for the double-sided plane, it still needs to be cut out, diffuse. I don't know if you can combine them. I think it has to be like written as a custom shader. I'll probably have to post on the Unity forums or something. Because what they were saying is just take one of these planes and make it double-sided, which doesn't save on polys or anything. because it needs to be double-sided, cut out, transparent. Coding's not too bad. I mean, I started I didn't like programming back when I was in college for video game design and stuff because I never understood any of it. It was really confusing. And for the fact that we were using C# to code, which is more confusing than JavaScript, because JavaScript is pretty much like beginner coder, but you can still do a lot with it. But it's more easy to understand than C#. So that's probably why I like it a lot more. So like right now, I've been taking coding seriously for like over a year, and I still have stuff to learn about it. Like I keep learning new stuff, how to do things differently, at least with Unity. Like how I'd used to try transferring variables using static when you're not supposed to do that with instantiated objects, and I didn't know that. So I was wondering why all my characters were dying when I was trying to attack just one, and trying to use two trigger boxes in order to deal damage when I could have just used a simple raycast to deal damage. Like, after a while you learn the tips and tricks of actually how to do everything. It's just a lot of research. Like, I just spend a lot of time looking up specific ways to do things, and I'm still confused about the inventory system. Like, people are talking about lists or array of list and different stuff like that, and it's confusing me like crazy. Because once I figure out an inventory system and AI, I'm pretty much set for my games, like, and networking, I guess. Alright, let's get all this stuff attached, and I wonder if there's an attach all feature. That would be so much easier. I just have to like click everywhere to make sure. I found out that raycasts are best for like most things. Like, I didn't even know about raycasts, or like when I started, and I didn't know what they were. Like, I kind of knew what they were, but you can pretty much program anything with dealing with raycasts. Where is that last branch? Alright, did I get everything? Alright, we got everything. Raycast all the things. I love that meme. Let's see. I guess I had caps lock on. Tree 2. Alright. So let's go see. Mega tree. I guess it could still use more branches in certain places. Or I mean, more planes. peer to peer, are you talking about like LAN and stuff, or? Well, if you wanted to set up a server that just a few players could play, yeah, you could set that up. Yeah, you could do that. I'm pretty sure if I gave this game to someone right now, that they could set it up on their computer and start a server, and as long as I have the same, I think I have to edit it so you can type in an IP because I don't have it set up so you can type in an IP, but you can type in the IP and the port number and connect to other people. So if you just wanted to play with your friends or something, you could set up your own server on your own computer. Oh, damn it, I forgot to change that up. I wonder how long I've been streaming for. 35 minutes. That's not too bad. Well, I've got 4 people viewing right now, including myself, so I'm guessing that's 3 people. But you're the only one who's talking, so. Oh, you got the stream set up on one. Are you typing on the other or what? I don't know, because I checked the, oh, the viewer list. Oh, I guess it is just you and me. What does the, why does it say 4 for the, like, the people icon? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that in the future, but it's not a big deal right now. Because no one's really told me what times work for people. what people icon? The one that's next to like down here by my name on the, or are you on the like the full screen the beta stream? I don't think it shows up on the beta. But if you can see where my mouse is down here, how it shows 4. Ah. Yeah, it says 4, but when I click there, yeah, you and me are the only ones in this chat, so I don't know what's up with that. No, I have like 7 followers. It's the heart icon is how many followers I have. "33 views, 6 likes. That must be how many people have viewed my stream, like, and then how many people actually followed the stream. I think that's like overall how many people, not just for one stream. Yeah, I saw that. At the beginning it was only 6, so can only hope for more soon. Ah, that sucks. What kind of job do you got? Or are you talking about for like school or something? Comic book artist? That's pretty cool. I like art. Ah, nice. See, with drawing, I can't draw humans at all. I've tried so many times, but and I've had character classes and stuff, and I just can never get the anatomy right. It's still fun though, coming up with different characters. Like, I can come up with the basic idea, but it doesn't look as good as someone who's like professional at it. Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, for a lot of my games and stuff, I draw up either. Most of the time, I develop creatures because I'm not that good at humans, but I guess I could send you some of my work sometime or show you some of it. Because it's pretty much taking a basic idea of how it looks and just fixing the anatomy of everything and the scale to look correct. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Because, like, pretty much what all my games are lacking is a main character. Because I can do character modeling, but I'm not that great at it. Because most of the concept art that I have for it is just really bad art that I've done. And I have to kind of fix it, but I still don't get that look that I want out of a character. Yeah, the tree's starting to look a lot better. Especially once I get the actual textures onto the planes, it'll look pretty good. Right now it just looks pretty generic, but I'll definitely have to create some separate planes with vines to hang from the tree, and then hang random vines off of these buildings and stuff like that. It'll look pretty sweet. You worked in the business. Did you do comic book stuff or did you do concept art? Was it just for comic books or actual like game art and stuff? Tunnel rats. I don't think I've ever heard of that. What system is it on, or PC? Yeah, that's pretty bad when you worked on a game and you say don't buy it. Because I worked in the industry and that was for Activision, but I didn't develop games when I worked there. I was just a QA tester, so I tested the newest games and systems that were coming out. So I got to test like the Wii U back when it was just like a weird metal box and stuff. And the two games that I had to test were Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2013, which you can probably go to Walmart and stuff and see it on shelves. And what else? And I worked on NASCAR Inside the Line, which was a that game was so horrible. I hated it. You played the demo of which game? Cabela's 2013 or a different Cabela's? Yeah, I'm only 22, so I've been doing this stuff for about 9 years now, but I don't have too many games on my resume because I haven't finished too many games. Seeing that I'm not too much of a character artist or animator, most of my games never have characters, they just have like boxes, so. Oh wow, you're almost twice as old as me. But yeah, that's the Cabela's game. So I had to run through that game. I pretty much beat that game about like 4 or 5 times, maybe more a day, just testing stuff. Yeah, I don't have a group of people that I'm working on games with because most people, I don't know, are working on their own projects like I am, and they don't have time to help people out. Um, the only person that has been helping me out is my animator, and he's been animating all that stuff for the Dota game right now. And since the Dota game needs a lot of networking, I ended up taking off time from the Dota game to work on this game in order to figure out the networking part of everything. So once I get networking down, I can go back into the Dota game and finish all the networking for it. Because networking is pretty confusing, especially when you don't know too much about it. And I don't want to go ripping apart the game code, implementing stuff that's not going to work in the end. So I want to make sure that I know all the networking perfectly fine, and I can go back in and change up every variable and every piece of code that needs to be changed. But yeah, for the Dota game right now, I'm still working on a few features and what else? And some of the art still. I did a lot more art with the game, and that's pretty much it for right now. But my animator is taking some time off to do other things for websites and stuff, so it works out fine. Since I have to take time to figure out all that networking stuff. Yeah, I don't like games nowadays. Like, I still make like old school style games because games nowadays, like one character model for like any game out there is such high poly and probably takes like a couple weeks to finish one character with all the animations and everything. Well, depending on the studio, I guess, but I mean, with that much time, an entire studio could create an entire game out of that time, and that's why I think smaller indie games are making more money than the big box office games or retail games because they're putting so much money and effort into them that pretty much every big company is breaking even, while indie developers spend a week on a game, release it on the mobile market like iOS or Steam or something, and it just makes millions, and they didn't invest that much money into it at all. I just think the really high poly models and stuff, even though they look really good and stuff, when I play a video game, I want my stuff to be more cartoony and more fantasy because um, when you're playing a video game, you don't want to get dragged back into the real world. You actually want to be taken to some fantasy world that gets you away from real life, not put you back into real life. But I still enjoy some of the high quality games. Like I enjoy Dark Souls and all that stuff. Like a few new school games, I guess. Yeah, photorealism can be really cool depending on what game it is. Because like games like if you've seen the new trailer for like Bioshock Infinite and stuff, that's a pretty awesome looking game. Oh, did my mic cut out or something? The stream must be lagging. Well, yeah, Borderlands is pretty awesome. Like the art style. See, I like those types of games where they can have some kind of a realistic art style, but they turn it kind of cartoony-ish. Oh, I was talking about Bioshock Infinite, if you've heard of it. Alright, I think this tree is done. Yeah, that game looks pretty amazing. I really want to play it. Actually, I think I know what that people icon is for. I think those are people that don't have a Twitch.tv account, but they're still watching the stream. So that's why you only show up on the list. I think I've seen splicers before. Yeah, I think that's how they set up the guests because it kept changing from like 5 to 4. So I'm pretty sure those are pretty much lurkers, just people watching the stream that don't have Twitch accounts or just don't feel like signing in. Well, what kind of suggestions were you thinking? Are you talking about just my game in general, or? Yeah, you can make whatever suggestions you want. That's why I let people um, view the live streams and stuff, or why I do some of the live streams, just so they can give me their ideas on if anything should be changed or any ideas they might have for gameplay. Yeah, Unreal Tournament's pretty awesome. I used to play a lot of that. Yeah, I don't really have a real plan for this because people wanted a first person shooter, but I didn't really have an idea planned out for one. Because most of the time I make um, RPG style games that I already have an idea for. So this one I'm kind of just winging it and seeing what I come up with. Yeah, I get really annoyed by people who do that. I mean, I had people ask me questions like, hey, if I was trying to make a Slender game, how do I pick up these pages? And that question has been asked so many times, and people should really try making like their own style of games and not go for what's out there right now. Like now you see every first person shooter that's coming out from the game industry, and everything is a Call of Duty clone. Everything has level up system. When you kill someone you get XP and stuff, and it gets really annoying. Like even like the new Halo is totally based off Call of Duty. It's ridiculous. Like game industry, all they think about is money, and they're like, oh, people love Call of Duty. We're going to make another Call of Duty game, or we're going to make our game exactly like that. And it's just really stupid that they don't try making their own game. Yeah, so like even I was watching some new Tomb Raider gameplay, and it doesn't look like Tomb Raider really anymore. It just they have multiplayer in there, and there's like it looks like Call of Duty. Like you get points for killing people exactly how it is in Call of Duty and all that stuff. Since it makes so much money, that's why people make clones of it because they know people are gonna buy it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that looks awesome, like Call of Duty. We're gonna buy it and we're gonna play it." Yeah, I kind of got that impression too. Like I only saw a little bit of the gameplay, but it seems like games nowadays copy off each other, and they I guess they put in a couple new elements, but it's nothing unique. Like nothing. Like the only games I'm seeing that are interesting are coming from indie devs or Japan, because Japan just makes crazy games all the time. I kind of wish there were a lot more unique games out there because a lot of stuff is getting boring nowadays. But I really like what Unity is doing. You can almost, with the new DirectX that they have set up for the new version, like you can make your games look just as high quality as AAA games out there now. So now indie devs are going to be creating AAA style games. The games won't be as big as the ones on the systems, but they'll look just as good as those. Because there's a couple of people who make Unity games that just work by themselves, and they make stuff that just looks amazing. Yeah, there's still a lot of work involved, but I mean, I'm just saying it's easier for people nowadays to make good looking games. There's so many tools out there so that you don't have to put in that much work. But it still takes a ton of work to make a game. Like the kids out there that think they can make a MMO without making a simple game like Pac-Man, like they're not going to be able to create an MMO. They just don't realize the work that goes behind it. Yeah, I've seen Drunken Lizard stuff. They do really cool games. And have you seen what is it? Wolfire Games, the ones who made Overgrowth, and they've done some of those games for charity things, the Mojams and all that. It's just I think he has one other person that he works with. He's got like an artist person, I believe, but I think he does the concept art too. But yeah, Overgrowth is a Unity, or no, it's not a Unity game. But he does use the Unity engine for Mojam. But I think he might have built his own engine, or he might be using, he's using some kind of engine that's not related to Unity for Overgrowth because it's like a really intense physics-based game. You have to go check it out. It's pretty cool. That actually looks a lot better when it's curved like that, like instead of just straight. I might do that for all the sides to make the tree look a little bit better. Ah, nice. Is that like a person who does Let's Plays or something? Oh. Yeah, I think my stream is a little behind. Unless it's like slow update or something, but I think I need to go and change some of my settings for my stream settings to be a little bit lower quality because I don't think it can upload as fast as I'm creating stuff. I don't know if there's any lag in the stream, like actual gameplay wise, like oh yeah, no more heroes. Yeah, where they can jump over stuff. I've seen some of that dev gameplay and stuff. They release a lot of videos. Because I mean, the stream that I recorded yesterday for Twitch, some parts of, at least gameplay wise, was kind of lagging. It would freeze for a little bit before it started playing, but I think my voice was still fine during it. Yeah, parkour systems where they can just jump over objects and stuff. Alright, this tree is starting to look a lot better, I think. Yep, that looks a lot better now than before. Oh, you like the parkour system? I thought you disliked it. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm probably going to stop the stream now just because it's been over an hour, I believe, and it's going to take a little bit to upload. But I might be back on later tonight, but I think I might just work on some stuff. I have to still do a tutorial for today, and I have a couple of other things to go do IRL, so I'll probably plan a stream for tomorrow sometime, most likely. Alright, sweet, sounds good. But yeah, I'm glad you hung around and chatted and made the live stream a lot more interesting. So I hope we get some more people soon to chat a lot more. It would be more fun with a lot of people because everybody chats with each other and stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the live stream.